I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog.stampwithelaine.com YouTube channel, and welcome to the 9th episode of my Countdown to Christmas 2015 series. There are 12 projects in this series, the first of which started in mid-September, and the final is scheduled to finish in the first week of December. This week's video is a cute little snowman soup project showing the Snow Place bundle. The materials you need will be the Snow Place bundle. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and it has 22 photopolymer stamps in all, and the Snow Friends framelits dies, there are 15 dies, so that's a lot of bang for your buck, and it's totally worth it. We'll need some Soft Sky cardstock and Whisper White cardstock. I'm using our Soft Sky, Whisper White craft ink, and the Tuxedo Black Memento. You will also need the Brights Stamp and Write markers. The colours from that set I'm using Real Red, Old Olive and Pumpkin Pie. A selection of circle punches. This is the 2-inch, 1.5 inch and 1.25 inch circle punches. I'm using the D, A and H blocks to mount my stamps with. Also need some 4x6 cello bags to put the treats in, silver cording trim, your Simply scoreboard, the envelope punch board, and of course the Big Shot and the magnetic platform. To start with, your pool party cardstock needs to be cut at 8.25 inches by 5.5 inches, so that's 21 centimeters by 14 centimeters. I'm going to be stamping this snowflake image in Whisper White. You probably won't be able to see it because it's so pale on the camera, so I think I'll stamp it in Soft Sky as well. I've cleaned my stamp. Bring in my scoreboard, and on the long side I'm going to score at 1.25 inches, 2.5, 3 3/4, 5, 6.25 and 7.5. Then I rotate the cardstock clockwise 90 degrees, and I'll score at 1.25 inches and 4 inches. There's only a 1/4 inch difference between this side and this side, so be sure that you've got the narrower one on your left. Bring in your envelope punch board, and you will see that on the reverse punch side there's an arrow, so you want to line up that arrow just as a guide when you're punching on this narrower side. So center that score line with this arrow up here. When the envelope punch board first came out, I did all sorts of projects with it, and this is going back to making crackers with the envelope punch board, so it works on the same principle. So you fold and punch each time, lining it up with that arrow up there. It's a bit stiff when you're punching through 2 layers, and it's easier to stand up to do it. And don't forget you need this end done as well. This is going to form your cup, so we'll set that aside for the moment. And if you fold the cardstock, if this is a scrappy soft sky cardstock, take your 1 1/4 inch punch and punch through both layers and centre the 2 inch punch over the circle you've just punched, essentially making a donut. Make sure that's all even, and then punch through both layers. While you've got the cardstock out, you need your 1 1/2 inch circle punch, and you want to punch out 2 1 1/2 inch circles, and we'll set those aside. And we want to glue these 2 circles together. It's to give the handles a bit more strength. I found with just one layer it was a bit flimsy. And then just fold that in half. Now you'll see that there's a full panel on the left and only about half a panel on the right. So you need to take your scissors and cut this panel off. And cut the rectangles off both ends. Take your sticky strip, and then you want to put sticky strip along, or tear and tape along, these 3 panels here. So skip the first one and then the next 3. So now you want to cut these panels, tabs. This will form the base of your box. Burnish that second score line, and this is to give your cup a bit more added strength. So in order to make it fit a little bit nicer, just cut a little V in your cardstock. Burnish these lines here now, and we want to join the box together, so we need to fold that down and tuck this into that flap. But before we do that, we want to glue a handle in. So put a bit of glue on your handle. Make sure that's buttered up to the edge. Don't put glue on this end panel yet. You can add that later, but just put glue on this section here. And this is where your silicone mat comes in handy. You also need a bit of glue here. Then this tucks into that flap here, Make sure the edges are buttered together and then just hold it. Just a tiny dollop of glue inside to hold that down, or you can put a glue dot. So there's your cup, it's coming together. So turn it upside down, and when you are gluing it together, you just do the opposite sides. So take the sticky strip off and glue that together. And to neaten it up, the 1.5 inch circles you punched before, you can now place on the base. And another one for the inside of the cup to give it a nice finish. And then, because it's Tombow, you can sort of marry it up with the one on the base so that it's in the right position. Colour this stamp, which is the holly leaf, for the top hat on the snowman. These are the markers from the Brights collection, and I'm using Real Red and Old Olive. Memento Black ink, the Tuxedo Black, and I want my little snowman. His arm, bow tie in Soft Sky, his candy cane. So before I cut them, I'm just going to colour the bits I want in. Bring in the magnetic platform. This is my base cutting plate, my cardstock and the dies. I'll have to cut his arms twice, I think. I'm not sure I've got room. No, I didn't. And then top cutting plate, and I'm ready to run it through all the pieces together. So first I'll need to put his arms on. Then I'm all ready to ingredients into the cello bags. And this is what I've put in it: some marshmallows, a little bag of hot chocolate and a candy cane. Then tie it round with a silver cording, and then a little recipe for snowman soup in the cup. Pop that in and you have a cup of snowman soup. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you need supplies and you haven't got a demonstrator, do visit my online store, which you can access via my blog.stampwithelaine.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another project.